But when that happens to you all, here's what I want you to do. I want you to just stop a minute. Take a deep breath, because it's going to need to be deep. And I want you to think about all those women who came before you. Women like those first 11 students. Think about how they didn't sit around bemoaning their lack of resources and opportunities and affirmation. I want you to think about women like Marian Wright Edelman and Janet Bragg. They didn't go around pointing fingers and making excuses for why they couldn't win a case or soar above the horizon. They were Spelman women with the privilege of a Spelman education. And instead of focusing on what they didn't have, they focused on what they did have: their intellect, their courage, their determination, their passion. And with few advantages and long odds, with doors closed to them and loss stacked against them, still they achieved. Still they triumphed. Still they carved a glorious path for themselves in this world. And graduates, every single one of you has an obligation to do the same. You have an obligation to see each setback as a challenge and as an opportunity to learn and grow. You have an obligation to face whatever life throws your way with confidence and with hope. And don't ever let anyone get into your head, especially yourself. Because if it's one thing I can promise you, it's this: with a Spelman education, you all have everything you need right here and right now to be everything you've ever wanted to be. But let's be clear. The Spelman legacy isn't just about those first 11 women. And it's not just about the generations of students and alumni who came after them. It's about everyone who believed in those women. It's about everyone who invested in those women right from the beginning. I mean, make no mistake about it, Miss Packard, Miss Giles, they were ambitious for their students. Even as they started their classes at a first grade level, teaching the alphabet and basic arithmetic, they had big dreams. They were planning to build a full-scale liberal arts college for African American women. I mean, think about that. And they could barely afford to keep their doors open. Their students could barely read or write. But already they were planning to build something big, a college. In those early years, they actually rejected an offer to merge with the Atlanta Baptist Seminary, the school that eventually became Morehouse. Yep. Said, no thank you, brothers. Because this move may have solved their financial problems, but they were afraid that a co-ed school, their students would be treated as second-class citizens, and they weren't going to stand for that. No. Then there was Father Quarles, the preacher who lent them his church basement. He undertook an arduous journey north to raise money for the school, and his last words to the students were, "I am going north for you. I may never return. But remember, if I die for you and in a good cause." And those words turned out to be prophetic. In the end, the harsh climate was too much, and he got sick and passed away not long after. Miss Giles, Miss Packard, Father Quarles, they weren't the only ones who believed in these students. In those early years, thousands of dollars of donations poured in from the Black community itself. I mean, these were folks who likely didn't have a dime to spare, digging deep into their wallets to support this school. See, that fierce devotion to the potential of others, that commitment to give even when you're barely getting by yourself, all of that is your legacy as well. That is your mission now too. Your mission is to find those 11 women wherever in the world your journey may take you. Find those folks who have so much potential, but so little opportunity, and do for them what Spelman has done for you. Maybe it's a group of kids in your community. Maybe it's a struggling family at your church. And I'm not just talking about here at home. Maybe it's folks in a village or an inner city halfway around the world. Wherever you go, I guarantee you that you will find folks who have been discounted or dismissed, but who have every bit as much promise as you have. They just haven't had the chance to fulfill it. It is your obligation to bring Spelman to those folks, to bring that same presumption of value and worth, to make that same kind of sacrifice, to be as ambitious for them as Spelman has been for you. And in so doing, I can promise you that you won't just enrich their lives, you'll immeasurably enrich your own lives as well. All of you already know this from your own experiences here at Spelman. Over the past 4 years, you all have been serving your community in every way possible, tutoring kids, bringing meals to seniors, building homes, and so much more. And I can tell you from my own experience just how rewarding it can be to make this kind of work the work of your careers. Back when I was sitting right where you are, I was certain that I wanted to be a lawyer. I knew it. So I did everything I was supposed to do. I got my law degree, got a prestigious job at a fancy law firm, had a nice big old paycheck, and was finally making a dent in my student loans. My friends were impressed, my family proud and relieved. By all appearances, I was living the dream, but all the while I knew something was missing. Because the truth is, I didn't want to be up in that tall building, alone in an office writing memos. I wanted to be on the ground, working with the folks I grew up with. I wanted to be mentoring young people. I wanted to be helping families put food on the table and a roof over their heads. I wanted to be out there giving folks the same kind of chances that I'd had. So much to the surprise of my family and friends, I left that secure, high-paying job and eventually became the executive director of a nonprofit working to help young people get involved in public service. I was making a lot less money, a lot, and my office was a lot smaller. But I woke up every morning with a sense of purpose and possibility. I went to work every day feeling excited. Because with every young person I inspired, I felt myself becoming inspired. With every community I engaged, I felt more engaged and alive than I'd felt in years. Now, I'm not saying that you have to devote your entire career to public service, though I hope that many of you will. The private sector has all kinds of meaningful, satisfying opportunities, and there is nothing wrong with taking home a nice paycheck. And many of you will need that money to help pay off your student loans and support your families. That I know. And it is vitally important that you all rise to the highest ranks of every industry and of every profession. But as you climb those career ladders, just remember to reach down and pull others up behind you. That's what so many folks have done for you all. And now it is your turn to repay the favor. Now, juggling these obligations to yourself and to others won't be easy. And I know that along with the pride and joy you're feeling today, you may also be feeling some worry and some anxiety. Some of you may be worrying about getting a job or getting into grad school. Others may be wondering what it will be like to move back home with mom and dad again. And let me tell you, there are plenty of moms and dads here who are wondering the same thing. But today and every day going forward, I want you to remember one last legacy that Spelman has left you. It has left you each other. I mean, look at all these beautiful, magnificent women beside you. It is breathtaking. Think of all the connections that you have, all those experiences that you've shared. The first time you set foot on the campus during Spellbound, crying your eyes out together at the parting ceremony, sweating through the night in those unair-conditioned freshman dorms. Sounds pretty rough. Maybe the alumni can help out with that. All those classes, convocations, Christmas concerts, ooh, and the late night conversations about some man. Whew. You all know you were doing that. You all are the keepers of each other's histories. And the bonds that you've formed here will nourish you and sustain you for the rest of your lives. Now that is sisterhood. And look at all these magnificent women around all of you, the alumni of this institution who led you through that arch on Friday, cheering you on as you start your journey into the world. I'm told that back in the depths of the recession in 2009, when many seniors here couldn't pay their tuition bills, President Tatum made an appeal to Spelman alumni, parents and friends asking for help. And even though times were tough for everyone, enough gifts poured in to help 100 seniors graduate from Spelman that year. That is sisterhood. And finally, think back over the years to all those who have made this day possible. Miss Giles, Miss Packard, Father Quarles, and so many others. Think about all those anonymous folks who were just barely getting by themselves, but still found a way to support this school. Those folks never had the chance to get an education themselves, never. But they were determined that other young people would, even if it wasn't their daughters, even if it wasn't their granddaughters, because see, what you all have to understand is that hope, that yearning, that wasn't just about themselves and their own families. It was about a vision for us as a people and as a nation where every child can develop every last bit of their God-given potential. Graduates, you are their dream come true. You are the culmination of their sacrifice, of their longing, of their love. You are part of a glorious sisterhood, past, present, and future. You have a diploma that will take you places you've never even dreamed of. And no matter what obstacles you encounter, no matter what hardships you endure, all of you have that for life. No one can ever take that away from you. And today I want to end with some words from Tina McElroy Ansa, Spelman Class of 1971. In one of her novels, she wrote simply, "Claim what is yours. You belong anywhere on this earth you want to." And graduates, if you go out there and make that claim, if you reach back to help others do the same, then I am confident that you will lead lives worthy of your dreams, and you will fulfill that precious Spelman legacy that is now yours. So congratulations, graduates, on all that you have achieved. I am so proud of you, all of you. We are so proud of you. Do big things. Thank you all. God bless.